Arine Namaste Saraswati Devi Guravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, any questions? That's the sum and substance of this evening's talk. No, it's the sum and substance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. I remember some years ago we were in Mayapur, and Prabhupada was speaking on Gaura Purnima. And as he was speaking, right at the, sort of toward the tail end of his presentation, Prabhupada just all of a sudden stopped. He was sitting on the Vyasasana and he just suddenly just stopped. And everything was just silent as you could imagine. You could not even hear a wave from the Ganga, which was quite a distance. And the devotees didn't know what to do. They just looked around. And Prabhupada, after some time, opened his eyes and said, "Chant Hare Krishna." And so then they started a kirtan. And when the real devotees of the Lord speak about the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, and they, within their minds, they feel such love and affection of the Lord that they swoon and they fall unconscious. We're going to discuss that a little bit this evening about the this wonderful pastime concerning Narada Muni. And I'm sure that no one's going to fall asleep or pass out from ecstasy, but let's try and absorb ourselves in this wonderful Leela. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita that Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvataha taktva deham punarjama naitimam eti swarjana. That the Lord, when He comes, His appearance and His activities, they're divyam, they're transcendental. And they're not under the influence of some passion or ignorance. And so we can't equate when the Lord comes in His various incarnations, as there are many, as there are waves in the ocean. So the Lord appears, and He explains that He appears in every species. Of course, Prabhupada was mentioning that as we were listening to his lecture last week Sunday. He was describing about how the Lord appears in every incarnation, in every species, and He qualified that by saying how the Lord is present in the heart of all living beings, right? Ishwarak Sarvabhutanam, Krishna is in the heart of all living beings. He can manifest Himself from that heart and come out in a beautiful form, whatever form He likes. So it's not unimaginable. It makes a lot of sense. It's very logical that because He's already within the heart of all living beings, He can manifest Himself in the form of an aquatic, or He can manifest Himself as a demigod, or He can manifest Himself, that is Shaktivesh avatar, not demigod, but Shaktivesh avatar, and He can manifest Himself even in the sound vibration. He says like that in Bhagavad Gita in the 10th chapter. There's some descriptions where the Lord, the opulence of the Absolute, He describes how He is present in everything. So when He comes into this world, it's It's not ordinary. It's not like the conditioned souls who come into this world and they're bound by the material modes of nature. Krishna is above these modes of nature. He's not under their influence, that he's subject to coming in a particular time under certain conditions. No. When he comes, he can come as he chooses. And he comes to exhibit his transcendental pastimes and associate with his dear associates. So it's not beyond reason that he can appear in any form that he should choose. The age of Kali, we understand, is a very difficult, as Krishna says, yada yada dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Whenever there's a dharmasya glani, whenever there's discrepancy in the execution of religious practices, the Lord has to come, and he has to come and right the situation. And in every age he appears, and this is corroborated again in the Vedic Shastras. Every age has certain characteristics, and this is described again in the Shastras, that in the Satya Yuga, the characteristics were austerity, cleanliness, truthfulness, mercy. And in every successive age after that, whether it be Treta, Dwapara, or Kali, it diminishes. So much so that at the point of Kali Yuga, the only quality that's left is truthfulness. And we can see that this has come under great attacks by Kali. There's no the marketplace, the society is overflooded. It's just flooded with dishonesty. So much so that it's so constant that we begin to believe it. When you flood the field with, meaning the society, with so many lies, you begin to believe those lies. You think that they're truth, and they're quite normal. So when society gets to that point, the Lord has to come and rectify the situation. His dear devotee Narada Muni, when he saw the condition of the age, he was so distraught that he was beside himself, trying to figure out how to petition the Lord to come down. And that this petition had to be very sincere. The Lord, he responds to his sincere devotees' prayers. So, knowing that, he was speaking to himself that if I'm at all a devotee, then I should be able to beseech the Lord to come and right the situation in the age. And with that in mind, he thought that he would, first of all, observe what's going on in society, and that he would then go and approach the Lord and ask him to come and right the situation. And the nice little thoughts that were shared by Narada Muni in this regard, that he says that I will be able to bring Lord Yadu into this Kali Yuga. First, let me observe the activities of the people in Kali Yuga. Then I will mention, or I will summon Sri Krishna, the embodiment of religion. So, in this way, Narada Muni was observing what was going on in the world. He himself was always relishing the singing of the Lord's holy name and qualities. But he was still greatly distressed by the sufferings of others. And this is the mood of the devotee, that when there's a conditioned soul suffering, that immediately one feels some compassion. So he was feeling greatly distressed. Therefore, he thought that I will travel throughout the universe. I'll try to spread the holy name, and in this way try to rectify the people of Kali Yuga. But he noticed that the people were refusing to accept. While chanting the holy name, he was quite and loudly, he was feeling and choked in ecstasy, glorifying Krishna and his Leela. And sometimes he'd be submerged in the mellows of Krishna Prem. And his body would experience various ecstatic symptoms. But somehow or other, the people could not appreciate it. And he was amazed at this, that the venomous snake of Kali had somehow or other bitten everyone and was interfering by its poison of Maya. And totally forgetting Krishna as a result. Therefore, he thought that what I need to do is I need to go to Dwarka in the spiritual world, and I will speak to the Lord and ask him to please come and help this suffering situation. And as he was traveling, he finally arrived. Of course, we can understand that such great devotees such as Narada Muni, liberated souls, exalted souls, they're able to travel to even the spiritual world. They're such perfect mystics. So Narada Muni was able to travel directly where Dwarkadish was with his queen Rukmini. And when he arrived, he saw that Rukmini was, with Mitravinda, was offering some seva. They were washing they had just prepared the Lord's residence, and the Lord had just arrived, and now they were offering some service by washing his lotus feet. And as they were washing as Rukmini was washing his lotus feet, she began to choke up, and tears were coming from her eyes. And the Lord was amazed by this. my dear Rukmini, why are you crying? What are these tears for? Am I not listening to your orders? I haven't listened to your orders? Or are you upset because I was joking with you earlier? Right? We know that pastime where Krishna is teasing Rukmini Devi. So he asked, well, what is it that you're experiencing here? And Rukmini said that you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you know everything. But you don't know the affection that your devotees feel for your lotus feet. You know everything, but you don't know what your devotees are feeling. And she went on further to explain that you will understand if you intensify your love and you cultivate Radha Bhava. And Krishna was quite amazed to hear this. I've never heard such a thing. Tell me more. Can you repeat it? So again, she repeated that the separation that the devotees feel and the affection that the devotees have for the lotus feet of the Lord is even greater than him, the person. In her own case, she was explaining how her love for the Lord's lotus feet was even more than what she felt for him. Well, we can't imagine what kind of experience these devotees are feeling. And she went on to explain further about the separation that is there and affection that's there. That certainly the Lord is coming. She was explaining that you're coming to my place, but I know that very shortly you'll leave. And that those thoughts are putting me in great distress. And as she was explaining this to the Lord, he was stunned. He had never heard such a thing. And he asked her again, can you explain further this affection that's there between the devotee and the Supreme Lord, and the separation that the devotees feel, the affection that they feel in separation of the Lord. And it's a very long, lengthy description, but it was so affecting the personality of Godhead that he said, though I cannot perceive the meaning of your words, my mind has become blissful just by hearing them. O Devi, I beg you, please tell me only, or tell me more. And so as she began to speak about this experience, Narada Muni happened to come onto the scene. And just as Narada Muni entered, the Lord greeted him, and Narada Muni looked a bit saddened. And the Lord asked him, why is it that you're feeling so, you don't look very happy for some reason? What is it that you're feeling? You're my very dear devotee, and I'm concerned. Why are you looking so forlorn? And Narada Muni went on to explain that that when I hear your names being chanted, and the conditioned souls are not attracted, they're intoxicated with pride and absorbed in materialistic activities, devoid of Krishna consciousness, it gives me great pain. And I don't see any means of deliverance for these people. Therefore, my mind is always disturbed. And hearing these words from Narada, the Lord smiled compassionately and said that he began to share with him this conversation that he had with Rukmini Devi. That I had just heard a wonderful description from Rukmini. And as a result of that discussion, I want to promise you, Narada, that in the age of Kali, I will manifest a form with a humility. So, and as he was describing this wonderful form of Gauranga, he manifested it there before Narada Muni. And this was the first time that this wonderful form of the Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, had ever been exhibited. Again, the Lord was so affected by Rukmini Devi's prayer that he'd never heard such an amazing and wonderful description. And no one had ever suggested to him that he should personally taste the love and affection of his pure devotees. So to hear that, he was quite amazed, and he had to share it with Narada Muni as soon as Narada Muni came on the scene. And then as he was describing this beautiful form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he manifested that form before Narada Muni. And when Narada Muni saw this form, he fainted. He was so stunned by this wonderful beauty and beautiful features and smiling face of Gauranga that he immediately fell unconscious. When he awoke, the Lord Dwarkadish told him that you should now go out throughout the whole universe and spread this message that I will be manifesting this form in the age of Kali. And I will be establishing the Sankirtan Yajna, the Yuga Dharma for this, for the age of Kali. Kali Yuga Yuga Dharma Namara Prachar. Tatailaga Pitavarna Chaitanya Avatar. The Chaitanya Charitamrita describes how in the age of Kali, the Yuga Dharma will be the Sankirtan process distributed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna himself, will manifest this beautiful form and reveal the glories of Krishna's holy names. So Narada, on hearing this, he immediately set off to Naimisharanya, where he met so many sages and saints, and he met Uddhava. Uddhava, when he saw him, also was feeling so disturbed. And Narada Muni asked him again, why are you feeling such sadness? Because again, in the age of Kali, people are so disinterested in spiritual life that, and they're engaged in so many sinful activities. What hope is there? And Narada Muni shared with him this wonderful experience that he had just with the Lord in Vaikuntha. And then immediately Uddhava exclaimed that now I feel happiness. I feel some comfort. And Narada Muni took his veena and took off again and went off to some other place. And as he traveled throughout the universe, he visited various planets and places where great sages and saints were gathering. He went to Lord Shiva's abode, Kailash, and finally he goes to Lord Brahma's abode, where he visits his father. And here he meets his Lord Brahma, greets him, and asks him immediately, "Where have you been, Narada? You look so very happy and blissful." And Narada Muni goes on to explain to him that I'd just come from Dwarka, having had darshan of the Lord, and he exclaimed that he's going to be coming in the age of Kali and delivering the fallen souls of Kali Yuga. And as he was sharing this with Lord Brahma slowly picks him up and puts him on his lap, and he begins to share with him the various instructions and quotes from the various shastras, how the Lord will come in the age of Kali, and he will come in a golden form. What is that verse? Suvarna Varna He Mango Varangasta Varangas, I forget the second line. But in this verse, it's a beautiful verse that describes how the Lord will come in a golden form. And he will spread the Sankirtan movement. He'll have chandan on his body. His body will be very beautifully formed. And he will eventually take sannyas. And in this way, Lord Brahma was confirming everything that Narada Muni had heard from the Lord himself and understood by his association with Uddhava and even Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva also confirmed these statements. So this appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially in the Kali Yuga, is a very special occurrence. It doesn't happen but once in a great, once in a day of Brahma. And we can't imagine that time frame. But the purpose of it is to deliver the conditioned souls. And the Lord himself says, there's a beautiful description in the Vedic literatures where the Lord says in Kali Yuga, I will use the weapons of my transcendental holy names, qualities, and potency of my pure devotees. With these I'll conquer the people's demoniac qualities and award them pure devotional service to Radha and Krishna. In previous ages, the Lord appears in a fierce form, or he engages in, or he has various incredible weapons, Sudarshan Chakra or his nails. But in the Kali Yuga, those weapons are his holy names, his qualities, and his pure devotees. And therefore this incarnation of the Lord, Namo Mahavaranyaya, he's the most merciful in that he's making spiritual life, Krishna consciousness, so easily accessible that even the most unqualified persons can be benedicted. This is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And his mission is simply to spread the holy name. And even is described how even at his birth, during this particular time, there was a lunar eclipse, and during the eclipse, all the residents, they go to the Ganga, right, and they take bath. Some years ago in Mayapur, when we were observing the 500th anniversary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the devotees went from Mayapur Dham, Mayapur Chandradoya Mandir. We walked with candlelight, right? We walked by candlelight down to the torch. And we went to the Ganga and we sat there, or got in the water. Some devotees were in there for 4 hours until the eclipse had passed. But all the while, the devotees were chanting Hari, Hari. And there's something very special and unique about this chanting of the holy names, in that it delivers one from the influence and the illusions of material life. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when baby Nimai appeared, the Sachimata, she called for Jagannath. Jagannath, please come quickly. Come and see the face of your beautiful boy and make your life perfect. This is the mercy of the Lord. He's, in every way, He's attracting us, and He's trying to encourage us and engage us in this Sankirtan process, so that we can make our lives perfect. And all of this has been so easily given to us by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. So we're all very thankful, and we're all fortunate to be a part of it. So let's chant a little Hare Krishna. We have a few minutes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.